There's something about you that caught my eye. There's something so true that sparks a light. And I don't believe in love first sight, but I can't deny.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I made it back. I wanted to actually recap some of the things that I experienced during my level 2 jump. You know, one of the things that I found very interesting was actually going through 3 jumps now is the feeling of actually becoming desensitized to the experience. So I'm finding myself a little bit more aware, because of course the first jump, you know, my tandem jump, you know, you're with another person, but you know, jumping out of a plane, it is a little bit of a sensory overload. So, but now, you know, my third jump, I'm starting to feel like I'm a little bit desensitized of the situation, the sensation, and then I'm becoming a little bit more self-aware because I'm a little bit more definitely focused on what I need to do as far as my requirements or qualifications in order to pass each of the level. I am becoming more very focused on what I need to do. Of course, I still need work on the technical or the jargon or the language of what they actually use in order for me to understand some of the things that they're talking about. That's what I'm feeling. Let's go through what I actually experienced. So of course, for each of the level, again, as I mentioned in my previous video, there is certain safety procedures that need to be refreshed. You know, they refresh through or go through the safety protocols. They go through the situations where what are your required moves up in the air while free falling in order to actually pass to the next level. One of the things that I inadvertently, it wasn't a grave mistake, but I actually transposed the sequences of required moves that I actually needed to do. So one of the things that I transposed was actually doing the circle of awareness. So when you jump out of a plane, the very first move that you need to do is making sure you know what altitude you're at, so you know exactly how much time you actually have, because in summary, you're free falling for anywhere from 45 to 50 seconds, and so within that 45-50 seconds you are required to do certain moves. And so one of the things that I transposed was actually my circle of awareness. So that was the first thing that I missed. Instead of doing the circle of awareness, I actually started to go to the second maneuver that I was actually required to do, which was the 2 practice full of my ripcord, you know, of my parachute. And then immediately after that, that's when I actually did the circle of awareness. It's a minor mistake, but you know, you need to make sure that you do your circle of awareness. So just to let you know what the circle of awareness is actually checking your altimeter, looking at the horizon to make sure you keep your balance, arching your back and so on. And then of course checking to make sure that your instructors are actually still attached to you, meaning the instructor to your right, the instructor to your left. So, and then of course that's what your circle of awareness is, just to make sure for safety purposes. Because if you lose one instructor, you know, what are you supposed to do as part of the course? If you lose one instructor, you still continue with your qualifications. But what if you lose 2? Right as soon as you jump out of the plane, you lose 2. You get separated from your first instructor and then get separated from your second instructor. So as part of the safety protocol, when you lose 2 instructors on the onset of jumping out of a plane, you pull. It doesn't matter where you're at, because the main purpose is, you know, you don't have your instructors there to guide you and give you signals and so on. So you pull, and you pull so that you have a parachute above your head, and then you can land safely. With that in mind, you know, I did all of my qualification with the exception of actually transposing 2 of the required moves. And so with that, it was kind of a neat feeling maneuvering up there, because one of the requirements for the level 2 jump was actually moving the whole team, meaning my 2 instructors plus myself. With the movement of my arm, we actually moved at a 90-degree angle. I was able to move the whole team while my 2 instructors were attached to me. We moved at a 90-degree angle to the right, then moved back at a 90-degree angle to the left, which was an interesting sensation, free falling, and I could actually feel both of my instructors moving with me without them doing anything. It was mainly me moving the whole team up in air. That was a really neat sensation, being able to do that. I did pass my level 2, but on a contingent during the debriefing, Drew, my instructor who debriefed me about my whole assessment of my maneuvers, he suggested, just because of my age and I don't have the limber, I'm not as limber as before, he suggested that I actually do a wind tunnel, and suggested about 10 to 15 minutes worth of wind tunnel, depending on how much I will improve, so that I can actually do the level 3. Because at the level 3, they'll be separating from me to where I'll be flying on my own. He suggested that I do 10 to 15 minutes of wind tunnel, and that equates to 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 jumps actually, because in a free fall, it's 45 seconds to 50 seconds of free fall. So 10 to 15 minutes, you're talking about 10 to 15 additional jump experience because of the wind tunnel. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be recording that for us as part of the experience for my skydiving course, and then immediately after that I'll be doing a jump. So look out for my next video regarding that. Thank you for watching. Again, enjoy each moment. Happiness is now. No excuses. Just do it.
There's something about you that caught my eye. There's something so true that sparks a light. And I don't believe in love first sight, but I can't deny this thing I found. I'm not saying that you would change my life, but what I'm saying is you make me come alive. I'm not saying that you are just my type, but what I'm saying is you make me come alive. Ooh, I'd rather be in this state of mind. I'd rather be in this state of mind. You walk like a queen, you rule my mind. Nothing